All right, here goes day 4 of week 1. Hasn't been easy. Balance is everything. And I don't have any, it seems. All right, here we go. Let's start it. Energize.
Welcome to endurance. Today, well, it's going to be all about your stamina, and we know that is a mental connection as well as a physical one. So if you think you know a leg day, I'm about to repurpose all of that for you. Today is full body lava endurance. Let's begin. We're going to step our feet nice and wide. I want you to connect to a nice strong horse pose. Activate that core. We're going to reach the arms forward. We're just going to lift and lower the arms. So practicing that shoulder alignment where your scapula are retracted down the back. And notice as I lift my arms, my shoulder tops stay pressing down away from my ears. So I keep my neck long and clear of any tension. Now, of course, endurance day, I'm going to ask you to sit a little bit lower in this horse pose, always activating that core. Now, we're going to move for about 5 or 6 more seconds, time for one more, and then we are going to hold. Are you ready? Hold those arms up, pull the belly, and drop it low. 2 more inches for me. Our first endurance hold right here. I want you to activate your inner thighs and press them open. Did you notice when I did that, I pulled my abdominals in a little more? Now can you imagine dropping the hips even lower? Press those inner thighs open so much that you feel your side glutes and your outer thighs kick in as well. And every exhale, an opportunity to draw that navel into the spine for core work. Last breath, 5-second inhale, drop it low. 5-second exhale. And you're going to step to the right side of your mat. I want you to step back with your left leg. Primal lunge. Now, I want you to almost tap that mat. And from here, glutes, hamstrings, quads, 1 inch down, 1 inch up. Engage that core. My back leg is already shaking, okay? So the idea of endurance today, we are getting you pretty quickly to muscle fatigue, and then I keep you there. Time under tension is our form of resistance. I create progressive overload for you with the amount of time and depth we stay in these very powerful moves. So heavy weights, one great form of resistance, your body weight, time under tension, and a different kind of progressive overload. Whew, no breaks. I want you to hold it low here. Now check it out, this front thigh stays. Exhale, hinging crescent, lengthen the body. Inhale, primal lunge. Now again, start to feel it in your body. Reach and flow it back to that primal lunge, heart open, navel strong. Watch my front leg. It is staying parallel to the mat. That is endurance. I'm going to be keeping you in these postures a lot longer than you want to be there. But again, we remember, this is the way through the challenge, through the burn. I want you to find something within you, that inner athlete that says, I can get stronger and actually enjoy the process of getting stronger. I know it feels like a burn. Last one here, we're going to press it up, warrior 3. I have my blocks ready. Inhale, warrior 3. Exhale, primal lunge. Inhale, warrior 3. Of course, my girl Sydney showing this with no blocks. Maybe that's round 2 or 3 of this program for you. For me, I'm going to try no blocks here. You can go full warrior 3, arms forward, or you can go hands to thighs if you want a little extra support. My guy Philip will always stay utilizing those blocks because looking for support is always an advanced choice, even when it's modified, right? Maybe you bring a little fist to palm. I want you to start to move like yourself, 10 seconds. The key is we're getting little push-ups for that thigh and hamstring as we go from our primal lunge to our warrior 3. Bring it back. Here we go, guys. Warrior 3 hold, squared up. Hamstrings and the quads. We're going to take a lunge and then straighten the leg. So I have fingertips on the block to catch my balance. I want you to actively press back through that left heel until you feel your glute max engaged. Okay? Next level here, Sydney and I, hands to thighs. Okay, so you still have a little support, but you're practicing that stability and balance. Inhale as you lunge, and exhale as you press. And you remember the blocks are always there. There's no failure in this class. It's all a success. I'm asking you to go quite a long time without any rests. So that's how we get our muscles to fatigue. Okay, you guys, and just when I bring you to the brink of fatigue with these slow flows, we have a balance hold. Are you ready? Take a nice deep breath. I'm gonna hold the lunge. I'm gonna slide a block in line with my toes as I open everything up, straighten the lunge, and find a half moon pose. Fire up that core. Your gaze can be down with me, or you can look straight ahead. Eventually, if you're really feeling it and you don't feel challenged, you can try looking up. Let's check in with Philip here, because the modification is so important. He is so well aligned. He's using this block, and it's almost as if he's leaning back toward me, as if there was a flat wall behind him. There's no anterior tilt in his low back, which means he is activating that core to support his spine. Ooh, gonna get Philip. There we go. A little extra one. Glute medius and minimus, outer thigh, inner thigh. One more breath there, Philip. We got this. Yes. And then let's meet in this warrior 3. We're gonna fall back. Warrior 2, hands to the side of the head. From the hips down, you are a brick house. From the body up, we are taking these oblique curls. Turn to face the front leg. Good morning from fitness. Open it up. So we go oblique curl, return to center, twist. Good morning, lift, and open. So move with me now. The challenge becomes turning it into a slow, comprehensive flow in the upper body rather than stopping and starting. But again, from the glutes down, brick house of solid, grounded stability. So the still endurance is from the waist down, the mobility training, flow, and endurance of control from the waist up. Last good morning here. Notice that front thigh parallels to the mat. Now our oblique curls. Look up, come to center, abs in. Remember, we are lengthening through both sides of the waist because I know you're used to doing crunches, but working our body, especially our waist in extension, is so important, okay? So you're lengthening, engaging the core, still working it, but in extension rather than contraction. Elbows back, abs in. You're not losing that lunge in the front leg, right? That is the sneaky endurance. We have 2 more here. Fire it up. And then you know it's coming, endurance day, it's a hold. I want you to hold here. Extend the bottom arm, extend the top arm, shoulders down, abs in, heart open, breathe. I want you to think about that slow burning smolder of lava. It is powerful, it is slow and controlled, but it is still relentless, and it transforms the landscape as it goes. That's what we're doing here. Keep your arms up. I just want to show you outer glutes. I want you to activate them. Don't dump into the quadriceps. Hamstrings and glutes are engaged as well. Plus, energy in that strong back leg, right? Full body endurance. Last breath. Do not straighten this leg. Lift up. Hands to the head. Just turn for that good morning. Straight up good morning. Core works here. Posterior chain works here. Right? So as we lift up, the lower, middle, and upper back are working to get that action. So many times in fitness, you focus just on that front abdominal wall. But in lava, full girdle of the core working basically in every move throughout this program. Let's take 2 more, lengthening through the spine each time. Last one, we're gonna hold at the top. I want you to pivot that toe so you're in a crescent. Take that good morning. Stretch both arms out and breathe. Whew. So maybe you can leg day 200-pound weights and you still need a break here. Rock on, that's the goal. Now notice, abs in. I'm lengthening my tailbone, activating my glute max, my hamstrings grouping of muscles. I'm activating my quads. I'm not dumping into this front thigh. In fact, if you press into the heel of the front leg, you can actually feel those hamstrings kick in. Last breath here. let it rest. Woo, stand it up, shake out that right leg, reach up. Power sequence as a break. We're gonna pull it forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. So I want you to notice if you needed a break at any point, you needed to straighten that leg. Congratulations, we have work to do. We're gonna lift the left leg here for a one-legged yoga push-up. Slow, control, slow. Endurance, stamina, no momentum. Momentum is not a muscle, as one of my mentors told me. Lift up and open. Yes, activate the core, bring it up and back, all the way to loaded beast. Look forward, step or jump to the front, and bam, we're back in our horse. Engage that core, lift, and lower the arms, right? What if you imagined you had a block between the palms, pulling the belly in to activate those upper arms? Now imagine if you could draw the navel in even closer to the spine. And now we get clutch. The best athletes don't give up toward the finish line. We are just getting started. We're not even halfway through this practice. I know, reality check. But I'm here with you. We're ready to hold. Drop those hips low. Press the inner thighs open. Lift the heart and breathe. Shoulder taps relax. Abdominals drive in, right? From here, can you drop it a little lower? You can. Can you drop it a little lower? Maybe that mobility comes with time. We're still in week 1 of the program. A lot of time to get that mobility, endurance, and strength. Are you feeling shaky legs? I want you to feel it. Last breath here. Awesome. We're going to bring it up. Go ahead and take your blocks to side 2 for balance if you need. As we spin it all the way to our primal lunge, okay? Now, abs in. Watch my knee. I could do better. So can you. Bring it lower. 1 inch down, 1 inch up. Activate the glutes of that back leg. Activate the hamstrings, core, strong. But you're getting a nice stretch through that front hip flexor. So important if you sit in chairs or you drive in cars. Good. Woo, my legs are shaking. I want you to pause here. I want you to activate the core even more. And let's check out Sydney this time. She's got this amazing depth. But again, same thing I showed on Philip in the Warrior 3. Look at this length in her low back. This is giving her this nice stretch. You have 1 more breath cycle. See if you can join Sydney in smiling, relaxing the shoulders. And last moment in that primal lunge, exhale, hinge it forward, crescent hinge. Inhale, lift and open, primal lunge. This is a flow moment, so enjoy it. We reach, we regroup, right? We reach and we regroup. So it is a little bit of explosivity here without any impact. This is a non-impact move. Front thigh still active. Front hamstring still engaged and parallel to that mat. And now, what are you experiencing here? I'm gonna guarantee you, if you are living a life worth living, you are going to encounter challenges. And something else I've learned in 48 years, those challenges last longer than you want them to. Life doesn't give you an end time. Oh, you'll get over this breakup at this point or that job loss at that point. No, we have to endure. Are we ready? After this next one, we press to Warrior 3. Primal lunge. I'm going balance. I'm going to join you for that challenge. Primal lunge, heart opens. So I want you to bring to mind maybe a challenge you are going through off of your mat. And how can we relate this practice to that? Maybe we move a little more intentionally. Maybe we reach out to support. In this class, the form of support comes in our great energy and our blocks in your life. Maybe you're reaching for the support of family, a mentor, the 3 of us here supporting you in this transformational journey. I know we can all endure the challenges set before us. They're not going to stop, so it's all about how we approach them. Okay, guys, we're gonna hold the next Warrior 3. I know, a little bit of brutality here. We're gonna hold that Warrior 3, engage the core, squared off, abs in. Weight is in the standing heel as we lunge and press. So blocks, great option. Fist to palm, a great option. Arms forward, super advanced. Maybe you have hands to thighs. Choose wisely, not from the ego. Breathe. Now I want you to notice my lifting leg. As I lunge, my lifting leg actually gets more energized, kicking into glute max lift. This is a move that helps us get that booty shelf, right? Lifting is great, but I actually shape, sculpt, round, lift, and streamline the booty with these unique moves. Okay, we're gonna hold the lunge as we transition again. I'm gonna take my block in front of my toes from deep within that standing hip. I peel everything open, engage the core. I stalk my prey is half moon. Soften the shoulders, find your breath. Energize this lifting leg, fire up the core, and then just imagine you don't need as much support as you thought. Maybe you imagine just a fingertip on that block. Find your breath. And again, if you really want to challenge yourself and you're not using the block, you can try to shift your gaze upward. Immediately it makes balance more challenging. Why? Because when we look forward in the present or down to get grounded, we have more stability. Where are you keeping your focus in your life, in your journey off this mat? One breath with that. Sometimes it's that heart work that helps me endure these long stamina-based poses. Last inhale, give me the best you've got. Add the lunge, lunge, lunge. All the way back to warrior two. Hips to heels. You do not straighten those legs until I tell you. Unless you need a rest. We are taking extended obliques. Return. Turn. Good morning. Lift. You know, at the side, I like to go over deep alignment on side one. And then side two, make it your own. Flow. Let's inhale as we open. Exhale as we get that oblique. Inhale as we hinge. Exhale as we return. So making it slow and steady and smooth. So there's no stopping and starting. We are seamlessly controlling our flow between all the moves. And again, just like life, the transitions are sometimes where the hardest work happens. Flow workouts are going to be about 90% transitions. You want to learn to move through them strongly and intentionally. Nice, here we go. Can you come 1 inch lower? I know you can. Oblique reaches. Every exhale, pull the navel in and imagine your low back getting a little longer. So I don't want you to think of it as a crunch. In fact, you'll almost never hear me use terminology like crunch or squeeze. We are lengthening, reaching, strengthening, engaging, intensifying, right? I try to be very intentional with my words to help cue you in a way that gets you to the right position. Now, we're gonna hold this next one. I want you to get a little deeper into that thigh. Hinge, hinge, hinge. Left side of the waist lengthens, arm reaches. Top arm reaches, scapular retract, open that heart and breathe. Constantly engaging. So we are contracting and engaging the thoracic abdominal wall, which helps us lengthen our way back. And now we settle in. I want you to press some energy into that back leg and the core and reach. We're still here for a bit. I want you to check in. Don't let your mind be your weakest muscle. We're getting so strong in the body. I know your mind is telling you take a break. I want you to overpower that. I want you to strengthen that big giant muscle of your mind. Stay low in the legs. Lift up, hands to the side of the head. Twist forward, and we have our good mornings. Lower and lift. Now you can look down and actually see, is your knee safely stacked over your ankle? Let's check on Sydney here. Now she's got a nice wide stance. Look at her working that squareness of the hip. Look at this gorgeous flat back. As she does a couple more, I want to show you. As she lifts up, low, middle, and upper back are doing that work. So important we build our posterior chain, right? Back body to help with spinal alignment. On the next one, we hold, but first we pivot that back heel. So we're in a crescent. Hinge forward and join me if you like for reaching those arms. Now I'm not relaxed in the back leg. I'm pressing back through the heel, activate the core. You can always bring your hands down if you need, but core strong, endurance day. Try that reach, okay? I'm just gonna show you right here. Can you imagine that your glute max and your muscles here in this gluteal area of your right leg are the hardest working in this? That will help take some pressure out of your front thigh. Give me one last breath here and bring it up to stand. Power sequence as our rest. Exhale. Little new definition of leg day, right? Lift and lengthen. Soften the knees, plant the palms, step it back to plank. Right leg lifts, watch me. I come forward, 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 and then a slow, controlled, stamina-driven yoga push-up. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, and knees down. Come on up to sit. We're gonna try a little balancing mobility here to cool down. We're gonna take 90 knees. Yes, let's go here. Now see if you can press up to kneel. Give me that hip thruster, no hands. Down. Last hip thruster here, boom, and pigeon. So, day one pigeon, we've gone over options in our pre-burn. You can stay with the bent knee. Okay, next level, maybe you widen the angle of the front leg for more space in the hip, and you extend the back leg straight. Now, Philip is showing a version where you are on a block. You put the block underneath your right seat. The reason is you have to be stabilized on your center body so that there's no pressure on the knee. And then surrender, exhale. Do you ever feel like you appreciate the peace and the surrender a little bit more after all that intense endurance and stamina work? Last breath here. Come on up, lean back. Now you know I have a whole bonus workout that's all hips. So check that out if you want to work on your pigeon. And again, notice the difference side to side. If you want a little more stretch, my yogis out there, you can widen the angle. But notice, I am stabilized on my center body before I even think about folding over. Whew, I might stay here until our next lava burn. I will see you then, and I hope you had a great time exploring your amazing stamina and endurance.
Great time. I don't know if I had a great time. A lot of falling. A lot of unbalanced. I got a lot of work to do. But that's why I'm here.